Hey, this is Dave from metalepidemic.com. Thank you for checking out our YouTube video. Please feel free to hit the subscribe button below if you like this type of content, and we hope you enjoy the review. What is up, guys? Dave here from Metal Epidemic, back with another album review. And for this review, Duncan Kyle and myself have been checking out the new release from instrumental three-piece metal band Nuclear Power Trio. The band's new EP, Clear and Present Rager, will be released on October 30th via Metal Blade Records.
I'm such a fucking kid, honestly. I don't know if that actually means the same thing in other countries as it does in Scotland. FYI, a rager in Scotland's a hard-on. An erect penis, right? So it's tickled me so many ways, honestly.
The band features Kim Jong-un on drums, Donald Trump on guitar, and Vladimir Putin on bass.
You might want to go into a bit more detail here for those that haven't seen the music video or the front cover.
Check the music video. Have a look at the music video for A Clear and Present Rager, and you'll see that they are clearly wearing masks. A Clear and Present Rager was recorded in Denver, Colorado, by Dave Otero at Flatline Audio, who has worked with bands such as Cobalt, Chemist, Skinless, Cephalic Carnage, and Cattle Decapitation.
What a resume!
I know. I think the band specifically picked this guy because of who he'd worked with in the past, but I'd never heard of Nuclear Power Trio before, somehow, but apparently they've been active since 2017. They released a single back in 2017 called Nuclear Power Trio, and then they never released anything else since that I can find anyway. But the reason for that is probably due to the fact that these guys are involved in other bigger name bands.
I thought you were going to say because they're national world leaders in charge of important countries with nuclear arsenals. So they only ever really meet up during the G8, which is when they all get together and jam, which is why this album's been delayed.
Although they do go under the names of Donny, Kimmy and Vlad, their real identities are... This now feels like an episode of Scooby-Doo. Their real identities are Cephalic Carnage Havoc bassist Nick Shenzelos, Allegaeon guitarist Greg Burgess, and Havoc drummer Pete Weber. So Nuclear Power Trio might not be their day job, but that doesn't mean that this is any less awesome. And I think from the first few seconds of this 5-track EP, it's pretty clear that you're listening to some pretty fucking talented musicians. The technical ability of these guys is fantastic. If you've heard the single and it's the first track on the EP, you'll know exactly what I mean. The bass playing in particular is nuts. I mean, Kyle, I imagine you were just sitting in a puddle of tears when you were listening to this.
Or jazz, one of the two.
Or I didn't want to go there, but yeah.
Yeah, a mix of both, to be honest.
Oh. Interesting.
Just shots fired.
Fuck, that's good. I wish I could play it.
All right.
I don't know about you guys, but when I heard the name Nuclear Power Trio, I was initially expecting something with a bit more of a thrash vibe.
Yeah, I was expecting some old school metal.
Yeah, totally. Especially when you read the guys are involved in Havoc and stuff like that, I was thinking, yeah, this is going to be thrashy, but I didn't really anticipate it being so proggy and technical. But I suppose when you see obviously that they are involved in other bands, Cephalic Carnage and Allegaeon, I suppose it's not that much of a stretch to think these guys can play like motherfuckers. And even Pete Weber, actually, who plays drums with Havoc, he is a bit of a dark horse. He is far more technical a player than I thought. I think if I had to liken Nuclear Power Trio to one of the other bands, it would probably be Allegaeon. This isn't as heavy as something Allegaeon would do. There's no like death metal in there, but technically it probably sits on a kind of like similar level. But what I found was Nuclear Power Trio are a lot more playful than any of those bands.
Yeah.
They don't like feel too serious. Like tonally, a lot of the chords and instrumentation used on this EP is like far lighter than their other bands. You only have to look at them to, I mean, they're not taking things overly seriously. You know what I mean? Track titles such as "Grab 'Em by the Pyongyang,"
yeah, and get to track 4, which is the greatest name of a track in 2020, and nothing will top it. Ukraine in the Membrane, which is the greatest name for a song that has ever been. I like, see, when I read that, I was like, I now support. I'm going to build a church in their honour, and worship every Saturday, not on a Sunday because I'm doing other things. Yeah, this is fucking awesome, right? This is awesome. Like, you sent me the video, and you were like, "Oh my god, this is fucking amazing." And I'll be honest, the first. The first minute, I didn't quite know what to make of it, and by the time the song had finished, I was like, "That's fucking brilliant." But I'll be interested to hear what that's like on an album, because part of the novelty for me is seeing them in their masks, like kicking off in a fucking G5 plane, like just like having a ball. And I was like, "We'll wait and see what it's like on a full album." And there's a really, really, really good mix, not only of playing, but instrumentation as well. They really mix a lot of shit in. And I see where you're coming from the playful aspect, because even like interludes and stuff on the songs, breaks and stuff, are done in a way which is not formulaic, it's not repetitive, and it's instantly engaging. The production on this is unfucking real. Like, every nuance on every instrument is clear, it's present, it's right in front. It's a clear and present rager right in front, and it's just really interesting to listen to. I think my only criticism, and it's the most banal of all criticisms, is what they're doing here in the proggy realm is nothing original at all. However, what they are doing is playing at the top tier of that sort of genre. So, like, the songs never really bring anything in a position where I'm like, oh, that totally went left field, and something I wouldn't expect. It all fits very much within a prog formula. That being said, though, the playing on it is of a level which is, I can't, like everything about it. Like, even when the bass was going into levels where I was just like, listen to that fucking bass, and then the guitar would kick into a solo, and he is sliding up and down the fret as if it's nothing. Absolutely nothing. And then when you see the music video and it's Donald Trump playing it, that's a bit disturbing. But this is an incredibly written album, and what I loved about it is, or EP, what I loved about it is 20 minutes in and out. I'm of the opinion that you add another song on this and maybe overstays its welcome a little bit. Perfect length, songs are perfect length, production is perfect, musicality is phenomenal. Yeah, I mean, like, I think you get a lot more out of this if you're a musician, personally. But a lot of progs like that anyway, especially because it's instrumental. But yeah, it's a fucking great release. I don't play any of the instruments that are on this, and I sat in awe just as a music fan. I think they're fucking brilliant.
Kyle is a multi-instrumentalist.
Yep. He literally has a band's worth of material behind them. So.
What did you make of this?
Oh, I mean, like we said earlier, I was sat in a puddle of semen and tears. It was unbelievable. I couldn't believe when I saw because this is the one I read the notes and saw the cover first, which I don't usually do. I usually put it on and then I go read the notes and see the cover and everything. But this one, I just checked it out first. I was like, what the hell? What the? And I really thought I was going to hate it. I thought it was going to be some political wank, And I absolutely was like, but then I put it on, I was like, actually, this is really good. I can't believe how much I don't hate this. And then I listened through it and I was like, okay, there's a weird disconnect between their visual theme on the album and what they talk and who they say they are and everything and how the music is. But I was like, wow, this is really good. And then I heard the bass and all the stuff, and there was a bass solo in there, one of the tracks, and I was like, bass solo that doesn't put people to sleep. Fantastic. First time in history. And and I was really happy about it. But yeah, like you're saying, they're playing at the top of their game, and there was nothing crazy. It reminded me a lot of Alex Webster's one, Blotted Science. Not that one he did with Jeff Loomis, but the one he did years ago. That's a really good album too. That one, like you said, it was that one outstayed its welcome just a little bit. You had to listen to it in chunks, like 4 tracks at a time. But this one, you could get through the whole thing no problem. It was really easy, and just really enjoyed it all the way through. Instrumentals make me happy. Basically, I really like instrumental music.
Yeah,
I tend to find a lot of people that don't do vocals like instrumental music. It's interesting that, and that seems to happen there. I wonder why. I would say this about this album, and I know you like one-line quotes, Dave, and you like a bit of controversy.
Oh yeah.
If Donald Trump getting elected for another 4 years means we get another Clear and Present Rager album by Nicola Trio, like Clear and Pleasant Rager, the Raging, like their second album. If Nuclear Power Trio's second album is dependent on him getting 4 more years in office, I would vote Donald Trump. There you fucking go. There you go. And I hate Donald Trump with a fucking passion, but I would vote. I can't vote for him, but I would become an American citizen. I would work my way up to the vote, and then I would vote for him just so I could get another album. So there you are.
Yeah, I think like stuff like this can be a difficult sell when it is completely instrumental. But I think for me, as you said, the length is perfect. Like 20 minutes long, it's not overwhelming, and I think the band add just enough different elements to keep you engaged and it not be too much to take in. The riffs are fucking amazing. They're like shit hot riffs, and I loved it. See when they they move on to that kind of the thick bottom string just to add a little bit more bite to the riffs. I love that, and a lot of times they'll tie that up with a lot of the kind of more riffy kind of bass lines as well. And even though it's it is very proggy, they do throw in. I thought there was a little curveball in there with the kind of Spanish vibe.
Yep.
And it kind of runs through the EP. You'll hear it on Grab 'Em by the Pyongyang. Fucking love that song title. Which is a lot of like almost like flamenco style guitar work, played on like an island string guitar, and it sounds really good alongside the kind of proggy like timings and rhythms and stuff. And then they use it again on the Fusion Collusion, but with a little more like percussion, which was cool as well. I thought that track had a little bit of a liquid tension experiment. Kind of vibe on it with just the little, the kind of accents between the drums and the guitars.
Well, it plays into it's a punny title as well, because fusion as in Latin fusion, and it's such a fucking. They're too clever for their own good, Dave. That's what I'm saying. We need to stop them before they take over the world. And
also on that track, which I really loved, a little bit of popping and slapping for the old bass guitar, which I am all in for. All in.
I'm not kidding. I heard him do that, and I immediately picked up one of my basses and popped and slapped.
You kind of have to.
I was like, yep, I'm going to do it.
I think it's like one of those things where it's like a call and response sort of thing. If someone slaps a bass and pops a string and you have a bass near you have to do it back to signify that you've understood the command and you're with them.
Yeah. I am with you. I will travel the world to stand next to you and slap a bass. Maybe even the same bass. Oh, now we're talking.
Yeah.
Actually, the other thing that I thought was really cool was they tend to let each member of the band kind of have a go at going kind of front and centre.
Yep, they have a moment, each of them.
Yeah, like you tend to find a lot of these like really proggy instrumental projects or bands. It's all guitars. It's just like, oh, the guitars, like guitarist is me, I am king. But like with this, you got to hear a bit from each, you know what I mean? Like
some latent,
grab them by
I was about to say some latent drumming hostility there. There's always a guitar. He's always out front. He's always playing the guitar. Where's the drummer, Dave? Where's the fucking drummer on this album? Apparently,
fucking absolutely. I love that. Some really cool like bass drum patterns on Ukraine and the Membrane.
Such a great
love that
for a song. Oh. Too clever.
I really enjoyed it. I think it'll appeal a lot of prog metal fans, but as you said, musicians will probably love this as well because the playing chops are superb.
If you're a musician and you don't like this, you're not a musician.
Yeah,
that's the bottom line. They're doing nothing here at all that I feel that even if you were like an indie rock guitarist, you could sit down and listen to the guitar work on here and understand that this is a virtuoso playing. Like on all the instruments, you cannot call yourself a musician and not appreciate. I'm not saying you're going to love it, but not appreciate what these guys are doing and the level at which they're doing it and how seamlessly easy they make it sound. I mean, there's nothing in here at any point where I feel like, oh, he's really stretching what he's like. It just feels like it's all organic and it's sickening.
Yeah, I know. I love it and fucking hate it at the same time. It's like, this is really good, but fuck you.
Oh, so good, man. So good.
Yeah. Check this one out. If you like stuff like Kyle said, Blotted Science or Liquid Tension, Tram, even like Evan Brewer, that sort of stuff, I think you'll find something to appreciate on this. And as Duncan says, it is immaculately produced.
Yeah, production is one of the best.
Loved it.
It's one of the best produced albums in terms of just clarity that I've heard this year. Oh, it's just like I get the feeling that if someone had accidentally dropped a pin on a bit of cotton in the background, this producer would have picked up that sound and it would have been on here. That's how fucking clear it is. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And the thing, it was so clear, but it wasn't like too polished either. Everything fit together and was mixed. It wasn't everything in its little separate little hole. It was really good. I couldn't find a fault. I'm really good at finding faults in production, but this one I was like, no.
Yeah, I think it was really good at picking up, because like when guys are playing like this, you need that kind of level of intricacy in the production, and it captures that, but it still delivers a punchiness to it as well when the heavier bits kick in, which is really cool. Very, like, for a first release, this is pretty impressive, to be honest. I was especially impressed with Nick Shenzelos. I hope that's how you pronounce his surname. What a bassist. Unbelievable. Okay, so for Nuclear Power Trio's debut EP, A Clear and Present Rager, where are we sitting on the ratings for this one? Duncan, I'm going to come to you first.
4.5.
Oh, a 4.5.
Yeah, this is fucking great. This is a great release. I mean, there's literally nothing wrong with it at all. I actually feel a bit guilty about not giving them a 5, because there's not a weak song here. There's not one bit of the music that I disliked. And this is a first release. Imagine what they're going to follow up with. Like, genuinely imagine what they're going to follow up with. I hope they're not. I hope this isn't just like a one of these side project things that there's one release and then you never hear from them again. I do genuinely hope there's more in the future. But 4.5 from this guy.
Nice.
I think if Joe Biden wins, it'll be like lounge room jazz. That's what they'll follow up with. Yep. Easy listening, easy going.
The problem is I do really like just kind of loungy ballroom jazz. I'm see if they decide to come back with that. I'm with them. Yeah.
They will now, just to bite me and please you. I'm going to give it a 4.5 as well. I would have given it a 5, but I can't possibly give anything a top score that makes me believe Donald fucking Trump is good at anything other than being a whiny fucking cunt-faced orange twat.
I don't know if you know this, but he is the bestest guitar player that's ever lived. The bestest.
He has the best strings, right?
The best strings.
He knows all the strings. He has all the frets. Yeah.
Yeah.
He is making prog great again, guys.
5 tracks at a time.
I was about to say he's trimmed up for that music video. He's lost a hell of weight.
Yeah. How the fuck did he put it all back on again?
One word for you. China. That's how he put it back on, right? That's how he put it all back on. China
or vagina? I wasn't sure.
We've been trying to work out since he was elected to office if he's actually saying China or vagina. I think it's a combination of the two. It's like a Brundlefly thing where he's morphed 2 words together. China. That's what he says. So there you go, Dave. What about you?
I will complete this Nuclear Power Trio with a 4.5.
Boom! Across the board.
Across the board.
This is how we do it. This is how we do it.
This has been fun. Goodbye.
If you want to check these guys out, check them out at facebook.com/Nuclear Power Trio. I will put a little link in the description below to their Facebook page. Let us know what you think. If you've heard the EP, what you're making of it. If you've heard the single, let us know. I'm happy to hear your thoughts. This one drops on October 30th on Metal Blade Records. I hope you enjoyed the review, guys. We'll be back with a new review very soon, but until then, take care. We'll speak to you soon.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.